And can I have my slide up on the screen? Thank you. So at first, I would like to share a word of Master Honen, a teacher of Shinran Shogin, from his master work, Senjakushu. So please join me in gassho. Please put your palms together. 南無阿弥陀仏、往生の業は念仏を本となすなりと。南無阿弥陀仏 as the act that leads to birth in the Pure Land, the 念仏 is taken to be fundamental. 南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、南無阿弥陀仏、ナマンダ仏、ナンマンダ仏。Good morning, everyone. And welcome to today's Shotsuki monthly memorial service for the month of June. And as Sandy mentioned, thank you all for those who came out to help preparing and cleaning the rummage sale for last few days. And I'm always amazed to see how many things donated to the rummage sale. And then what was the expression? Somebody's junk is another's treasure, right? And then I hope you found something interesting. And then thinking about someone's junk and another's treasure. When I went to Joro Shinshu Center the other day, Joro Shinshu Center in Berkeley, I found a lot of old Japanese Buddhist book for research and study. And then Bishop Harada said, if you want to take some book home, you can, because nobody's reading it anymore. Right? Some of the Japanese, even for Japanese people, Japanese from Japan, it's hard to read. It's written in really old Japanese, but I enjoy reading it, so I took bunch of maybe this much of books from Joro Shinshu Center. Then one of the books I found is a record of saying of Kojuin, And Kojuin, Tokuryu, Kojuin is a brilliant Joro Shinshu scholar from the 18th and 19th century. And he was a minister of Otangiha branch of Joro Shinshu. And I like his word, so I often, read his book when I am trying to find what to talk for Sundays. Right? Then I came across this question and response by Kojuin. So let me share this with you. Question was raised. There is something I humbly understand with deep gratitude, but listening to Dharma talks and personally reading the sacred scriptures, thereby hearing with my own ears, are both precious. However, when it is said that one hears the Nembutsu, does that mean hearing my own voice as I recite it? The master rebuked him strongly, saying, "What are you talking about? Where is this so-called Nembutsu that you recite? Without one who causes you to recite, how could a self weighed down with transgressions possibly do so? It is the Nembutsu that is made to be recited because there is one who causes to be recited. If so, then for what purpose has this Nembutsu been brought to fulfillment? And for what reason is it made to be recited? If you ponder this deeply and with a sincere heart, you will come to realize, truly, to recite it constantly is to hear it constantly." And I thought this question and response is interesting because we think that we are the one who recites Nembutsu. Right? We are the one who say Namo Amida Butsu. But Kojuin is saying that where is this so-called Nembutsu that you recite? And we are made to be recite the Nembutsu. So, I was trying to connect with something in my life, and then within a month, this is June, right? So in a month, I'll be a parent of a teenager. I cannot believe how time flies, right? And Namiko, my wife, and I moved to the United States from Japan in 2011. And we only knew a little bit about American cultures. So, when we found out Namiko's pregnant, we didn't know what's gonna happen, but, Buddhist Church of Florence kindly planned the baby shower. So, we had so many items from the baby shower, and I thought, oh, what an amazing, culture American, United States have. Then, I might have shared this before with you too, but my birthday is July 8th. And Aoi, my daughter's due date was July 7th. So when passing the July 7th, and, still Aoi was in Namiko, I was hoping we could share the same birthday. But I remember July 8th was Sunday, actually. So, I was giving Dharma message like today, but I was so anxious because, we didn't know when Aoi is gonna come out. So after the Sunday service, I was like, oh, mother, not yet, mother, not yet. But, finally, Aoi came out like 3 hours later. So after the July 8th ended, so July 9th, around 3:30 a.m. So, she decided to have her own birthday. But as the baby Aoi grew up a little and started to say something like ah or da or something like that, I held her and told her that, Aoi, call me dada, call me dada. And, I still remember that was really a precious moment when she finally said, dada, dada. So thinking about it, when I found out that I'm going to be a father, I started to study about how to raise the children. And then I purchased the books, and I read the books, what is the best way to educate children and so on, right? In hope with that Aoi grow as healthy and as happily as she can. And then when I say, I'm your daddy, or I'm your dad, there was kind of feeling, or even the pledge, stating that I'll be responsible for your growth. So this is the feeling of what Ko Juin was talking about in his response. Even though we are the one who recite Nembutsu, it is caused by the great compassion of Amida Buddha to grasp and never abandon us. Namo Amida Butsu is the voiceless calling of Amida Buddha, a pledge of Amida stating that I will be responsible for your attainment of enlightenment, so don't worry about it. So Amida Buddha wished us to recite Nembutsu, and because of our deep-rooted afflictions, Amida Buddha established the vows to bring us to the realm of enlightenment called the Pure Land. So no matter what abilities we might possess, no matter of all the differences we might possess, Amida Buddha pledged to grasp all sentient beings to take us to the realm of enlightenment. So we are in the same boat of Amida's great compassion to reach to the realm of enlightenment. And so I could say that we are one big Dharma family. So we are hearing the voiceless calling of Amida to grasp and never abandon us in Namo Amida Butsu. But the word Namo, Sanskrit word namas, could be understood as a salutation. I think I shared before too. Salutation is acknowledging the arrival of something. So acknowledging the arrival, Amida's working. That is the feeling of Namo. So Amida Buddha's compassionate mind reached us. So we are made to recite Namo Amida Butsu with gratitude. And because Namo Amida Butsu is the cause for us to attain enlightenment, and nothing else is involved, Honen Shongin said, Namo Amida Butsu is the fundamental act that leads us to the attainment of birth in the Pure Land. So I don't know if today's talk was short or not, but I hope today's talk was helpful to deepen the understanding of Nembutsu. And please know that your loved ones who have passed away before us, they are in the working of Namo Amida Butsu. As Shakyamuni Buddha said in the larger sutra, all the Buddhas praise the virtue of Amida Buddha in Namo Amida Butsu. So all the Buddhas, including our loved ones who have passed away before us, are now in the working of Namo Amida Butsu, causing us to recite Namo Amida Butsu, encouraging us and recommending us the working of Namo Amida Butsu to attain enlightenment. So I hope today's talk was helpful. And I'd like to conclude today's talk with the reading of one of the letters not different from On White Ashes written by Rengyo Shogin. But this is called Shogin Ichiryusho, the tradition of Shinran Shogin, written by Rengyo Shogin. So please join me in Gassho. Please put your palms together. Shogin ichiryu no go kanke no momuki wa shinjin no motte hon to serare soro. Sono yue wa moro moro no zogyo o nage sutete isshin imidan ikimyo sureba 不可思議の眼力として仏の方より往生は事情せしめたもそのくらいを一年発起入賞上始終とも釈しその上の称名念仏た 如来我が往生を定めたまいしご恩法人の念仏と心べきなにあなかしこあなかしこ The tradition of Shinran Shogin. What is taught in the tradition of Shinran Shogin is that the entrusting heart is essential. For when we abandon various practices and take refuge in Amida with singleness of heart, our birth in the Pure Land is settled by the Buddha through the inconceivable vow power. The state we thus attain is described as, with awakening of a single thought of entrusting, we join those who are in the stage of the truly settled. Recitation of the Nembutsu thereafter should be understood to be the Nembutsu as an expression of gratitude for the Tathagata's benevolence for settling our birth in the Pure Land. Humbly and respectfully. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda Butsu. Namanda.